Hey, what's up guys? This is Evan for Grips.com coming at you with another video. I've been receiving a lot of requests lately for some Zoom videos, so I figured I got about 30 minutes before the WSOP broadcast is on tonight, so why not fire up a little 1-2 Zoom and see what happens. So lately I've been watching quite a few videos on Lego Poker with Aaron Jones, a couple by Adam001, and another one by Old Jude. So I've been watching, what strategies to use in the 2-5 Zoom games, and I assume that they will probably carry over to the 1-2 Zoom games as well. Board on table 2, have 2 overcards and a backdoor flush draw, so that's why I opted to c-bet. And when turn comes just brutal, I'm just going to check fold. Even though I've picked up a gut shot, it's a turn I'm going to get raised on a bunch, and I don't know if he's going to buy it too much. Unfortunate spot on table 3. I got a pretty good hand, but I'm out of position. I'm going to be playing a 3-bet pot, so I'm just going to fold. Table 2, going to call with the ace-queen suited. Try to get a decent flop or get check 2 and maybe take it down. But it doesn't look like that's going to be happening this time. Blind versus blind. I'll try my luck with the king 7 suited. See what happens. Take it down. Cool. And I'm going to try to get a HUD going for this session. No promises, but I will try. Hopefully we can get a HUD, because it's a pretty helpful thing to have while playing. There are a couple of different player types that play the Zoom. There are the guys who just fold and wait for aces, and then there are the guys who are going to be doing the opposite, raising a lot of pots, fighting really hard for pots, trying to play a lot of pots in position and stuff. And you got to know who you're up against, because against the guys who are playing loose and doing a lot of 3-bet, 4-betting, you want to be playing back at them and getting in lighter. But against the guys who are just knitting it up, you don't want to give them any action, because it's just disastrous. Gonna c-bet aces on table 4. Hope to get check called. So far so good. Get out of here, Dave. We don't want to deal with your check raising ass. Motherfucker. I'm gonna fold and watch the action, see what happens. I think with a king, he's just check calling, so he's gonna have 2 pairs sets, and queen 10, he's probably check raising as well. Table 3, board's reasonably dry. Take a shot at the pot. King 7 deuce is pretty much the driest board you can possibly get, and you should be continuation betting on that board with 100% of your range. Oh, Mr. Brazil. I'm just gonna call with the flush and then call the river / bet if he checks, unless it's a spade, of course. Then the game plan changes. But I didn't really feel the need to raise the turn. I guess I'll raise the river though. He could have like 2 pair that's going for a blocking bet. He could also, of course, have me beat, but we'll find out. Ace queen on table 4. I'm just going to 4-bet call off. And he had 2 pair going for the block bet. I think if I raise the turn, he might just fold that hand. So to maximize the value for my flush, it's better to just call and then make my play on the river. Well, good luck me, motherfucker. 10. Ace works too. Ooh, nah, chop it up. Chop it up. And that's a spot where having stats would be helpful. If the guy's a random short stacker, or a random 50 big blind player, then getting it in with ace queen is going to be totally standard there. If, however, he's like 12-10 or maybe even like 17-14 with a low 3-bet, then getting in with ace queen there is not a good idea. But barring no reads, I went for it, and now I know. Oh wait, I can't even remember what that guy's name was. Ace King, I'm going to check back, call the turn, just try to take it to showdown. If he has a hand like Ace Queen, Ace Jack, King Queen, any high card hand, then I dominate. And if I bet, he has the option of check raising, which could blow me off my hand, and he also has the option of folding, which gets me no value. Do I want to call river? Yeah, I'll call. Yeah. Well, guess I was a little bit behind there. Table 4, I'm just going to keep betting with my straight draw. Hope that they either fold out, or that I improve, or that the river is a good card to barrel on. And yeah, that's it. I'd be playing my made hands in this fashion, so might as well do it with my draws as well. Make me a little difficult to read. When I get raised on... Oh, wow. Getting a pretty good price. Dan Mad definitely has some sort of good hand. If the flush card comes, might not get paid, or like I might not have the best hand, but I still have 6 outs, and I'm getting 5 to 1. And my outs are pretty disguised. If the deuce or the 7 hits, Dan Mad's going to keep betting, so I can probably stack them. Pretty good card on the river. And aces on table 3. I'm going to value bet now. Oh, how you just going to check like that? You son of a bitch. Oh, because no one had anything. Okay, that works. Maybe my implied odds weren't there. I don't know, but I won the money, so works for me. I'm employing a strategy of just min raising every hand that I play. I saw Aaron and Adam both doing that, so if some of the best, winningest Zoom players in the world are using a strategy, it can't be bad, so I'm just emulating them. Got limp pre-raise on table 2, gonna fold. Got 3-bet on table 4, not trying to call 3-bet out of position with 8 high. Gonna check back jacks table 1, call turn, he checks, bet turn. Probably go for a value bet on the river. Yeah, I'm going to go for a value bet on the river. Hope he has like a 10 or an 8. The heart didn't scare me because I think he would have bet the turn with a flush draw. So, and I think he also would have bet the turn with a queen. So you usually can end up having the best hand there. Getting me some VPPs and FPPs, so I can free roll me some turnies. Free rolled that $700 W coupon the weekend. Didn't make any money though. You guys want to see what they have on table 4? Okay, we'll watch. See if I made the goods fold with those GX. Heads up, I wouldn't be so eager to just check fold, but 3-way with a bet and a call. Assume we probably don't have the best hand. I think that's a fair assumption, right? No! Fuck. Really? Gotta get my first instinct away from folding. That's not the first time I've just open folded a big pair. I'm just so eager to get more hands so I can get more VPPs. Whatever. Someone probably had kings. I saved money. Fold. That 4-3 suited on the button on table 4, I definitely could have raised, but I just didn't feel like waiting to see if everyone folded ahead of me. 7-8 suited on table 1, I got the button slightly deeper stacks than starting, so I think it's okay to call. But of course, we get the re-raised. I think squeezing anywhere from 51 up to 2-5 zoom is pretty common, so you got to be selective about the hands that you call raises with. You got to anticipate you're going to get re-raised out of the pot a lot. So it's important to be flatting with some strong hands as well as speculative hands, so that occasionally you can back raise or continue to slow play and punish the guys who are just squeezing like crazy. And I'm just going to 4-bet on table 2 because I don't really want to call and play the hand out of position. If I get jammed on, though, I'm folding. And on table 3, going to value bet. Hope to get called by a king. Did not get called by a king. So now I'm going to fold. I think checking back the river's way too tight. Got to go for a value bet. But when you get check raised, you got to respect it. Just let it go. Table 4, a couple really good overcards. Going to c-bet. Take it down. There I go again, fast folding a playable hand. Having right click fold is really good for getting a lot of hands in, but it also leads to those misclicks and instinctual bad clicks sometimes. Ace Jack on table 3, if I was facing a raise from later position, I would probably re-raise, but facing under the gun open, I'm just not going to fuck with it. Okay, interesting flop. Table, oh, you have no money on table 1? Guess I'm just bet calling off. Even if he has a 10 or an overpair, probably my club's good, so the 9s as well. It's like 11 outs, which with 2 cards to come is like 41%. So I'll take that. Alright, I'm done flatting with suited connectors. Just get squeezed every time. Just gonna fold them. Fold them or 3-bet. Unless, of course, it's like the optimal spot for calling. If there's a raise and a call ahead, you gotta call with those suited connectors every fucking time. And here, table 4, I'm just gonna, oh, it's this motherfucker. Whatever, I'm 3-bet calling off. Cold call. Well, usually when they cold call a 3-bet, it's like jacks, queens, or ace, king. And even with ace, king, I'd expect him to take a card off on this board if I c-bet, so I'm just gonna check back. Probably lose the pot, but that's okay. Got to pay these guys some respect, because he's not just cold calling a 3-bet with nothing. And even if he just has pocket pairs, that's a good board for him to peel on. Like against my range, it's not, but in his head, he's going to be like, well, no ace or king, might as well see another card. So unless I want to fire off 3 streets there and represent that I have the aces or kings, then yeah. Anything less, I'm probably not going to get folds. We got pocket pairs on like airy table. So we got to hit at least one set, right? Oh, it was probably going to come on table 4. Queen 10 off, fuck it. Don't care. If I was a bad player, I'd call. Guy's a stars pro, so he's probably at least decent. Just going to check back on, great, the one hand I was beating just beat me, ace queen. I was going to try to take those 3s to showdown. 9's call, 8-7 suited, table 4, min raise, good price, whatever, call. Oh look, we got squeezed again, what a surprise. Well, good time to flop a 9. Hell yeah. It's not even like the nut board, but whatever. I guess I'll 3-bet call off these jacks. Oh, they all checked? Of course they did. And I'm going to 3-bet call off these 9s on table 1. And that's not the best turn for me on table 2. I think I still have the best hand a good chunk of the time. I think he has ace queen, king queen a bunch. maybe even aces, but those hands aren't calling bets, so I'm just going to check back, and if he checks the river, I'll value bet, and if he bets, I'll evaluate. I ain't no bitch, man. I'm falling for your freeze play. I mean, if he's got a jack here, that's a pretty sweet little trap he's pulling, but usually the min bet's just like, you know, trying to get a free showdown. So if I assume I have the best hand, I gotta charge his ass. So raise that set, take it down. Wish I knew some more stuff about straight dollars, homie. King queen suited's a pretty sweet hand. I'm gonna fold. And ace king I'm gonna call and hope that we get squeezed like we always do. Yo, Jin Ting Ting, 1400. How are you not gonna re-raise here? Damn. At least we got TPTK with a BDFD. It's alright. Min raise jack 6 suited on the butt, table 2. Ooh, little flush draw. Little flush draw. See that? Okay. Ooh, BD flush draw. Becoming more and more of a real thing. Just fold top pair, no kicker in a 4-way pot. Table 3. And on table 1, we're gonna call River Diamond. Fuck. Alright, now it's interesting, because I don't know if he's gonna value bet ace jack on 3 streets. And I don't know if he's gonna bet his busted flush draws either. He probably would bet his busted flush draws. But if you bet again, like, I have to be really cautious about whether or not I call. He might only be betting ace queen and sets at that point. But once he checks, it looks more like ace jack or king queen. So I gotta go for the value bet. And if he check raises me, well then he's just a fucking boss. And here in the pot. C-bet table 4. I believe that we ISO'd pre-flop, so we're obviously gonna maintain the aggression on an ace high board. 8-5 suited table 3, not really a good enough hand to open, especially from the cutoff. Yeah, nice re-raise. I'm gonna assume that the guy from Antigua and Barbuda is not a super pro, so I'm gonna ISO him with the ace king, as opposed to the other hand where I believe the opener was a reg, so I think flatting ace king in that situation is better. 5s, I'm just going to fold. King queen suited, I'm going to make a call on table 4. Yurosov 1990 sounds like kind of a fishy name. And that's a pretty bad flop on table 1. So, just check. Call on table 4. Pick up a straight draw to go with our flush draw, so we have 12 outs, 26%. And we're getting like 2.5 to 1. I mean, we might not get paid if we hit, but I just really want to go for it. Come on! Fuck. Who knows? Maybe he checks and we can like bluff it off, not get called. No, he ain't buying it. Ace king any good? No? Okay. At least I froze him there on table 1 and got to take my hand to showdown. I got to see all 5 cards for just the pre-flop re-raise. That's pretty cool. It's full table 4. Folding the turn is definitely an option on table 4, even though we improved to a gut shot to go with our flush draw. If spades comes, it's pretty obvious, and if a 10 comes, there's a 4 straight on the board, so our implied odds aren't necessarily there. If, however, he's like a really bad player, then the implied odds are still there. And like if he just had it like queen jack or ace queen, and he and the 10 comes on the river, we got the super straight. He's just got the shit straight, so we can scoop him. If he'd bet half pot, it's like 100% a call. The size he made, it's close. You can really just go either way. I just felt like going for it, and the odds weren't so far off that it was terrible for me to do that. So raise up this min bet on table 4, because we don't stand for that bullshit. Don't ever let people push you around with min bets or donk bets. People try to take the aggression from you. You take that shit right back. Pop them right in the face. Mini racing jacks. Table 1. Ace queen, table 3 gonna raise. If I had ace jack, might just fold it. A really good spot to squeeze on table 2. Damn, I did mean to fold, but I wanted to see the action. The one thing that worried me was the under the gun limper, because those guys sometimes limp re-raise. Whereas when people limp from like middle and late position, they're just usually total fish cakes and don't have anything. Aces could fold. Probably shouldn't limp. Min raise is good. Pair of aces on table 4. I'm just going to check back. And I'm going to check back the turn and call the river so that we can extract value from air balls or a queen or a pocket pair. If we bet the flop, he folds everything. If we bet the turn, it just looks like we have anyway. So we play it this way and get him to value bet his queen and give us some money. TPTK. Blast away. Table 3, we're betting for value, but if we get raised, then we reevaluate. Not calling a 3-bet out of position with pocket 3s. If you do that, stop doing it. It's not good. Unless you don't like money, then by all means keep doing it. It's a good way to burn through some cash. Oh, it's our limping friend from the other hand. Looks like he might have won that pot. Oh wait, we can go back and see. Not loving this check small raise. Not folding just yet, but okay. So the hand where we folded instead of 3-betting, we were not going to get away with a 3-bet. Not because the guy had 3s, but because the other guy had jack. What? You check raise and then you check? Man, hope he's just got like 2 overcards that he was semi-bluffing with on the flop and then giving up. Because if he has any sort of real hand, we're dead. But I think more often he's continuing to bet with his made hands, and he's doing that give up with. I doubt he's going to show me, especially because it's Zoom, but hey, worth taking a shot. I'll show you. God damn. Alright. He got me. He trapped me good on that one. I'll give him a pound. Alright, C-bet table 2. Just to get him off like mid pairs and stuff. Once he calls flop though, done. You win, bro. You win. 3? Fuck. I don't know what his game plan was. Just smooth calling there with king 3 suited. We're not deep stacked. The hand doesn't play that well post flop. It'd be much better served like with a 3-bet. Whatever, to each their own. This board on table 1 is just a little too brutal. I'm not going to bet it. Although on that river, I'm smashing. Because now I can maybe get him off ace high. Just because there's a 4 straight on board. Pound. Sick play, bro. Sick play. Alright, gonna 3-bet the queen jack table 4. Flopped straight draw. And check raise. Because if I had a big pair, I would probably check raise. If I had ace king, I'd probably check fold. So there just aren't that many hands that I'm c-betting this flop with, and I expect to get fucked with a lot if I c-bet this flop. Ooh, not. So now I'll bet. Try to pretend I have ace king with the ace of hearts or something. I think it's safe to assume that he would bet the flop himself if he had a flush draw. So even if he raises here, I'm just going to get the money in. Hope that we're good. He could get tricky. He could have a flush, but I'm going to think that most of his range is composed of hands that are not flushes. Jack 10 suited under the gun. Probably about the worst hand I'll open from that position. It's just such a strong hand, though. It can make 4 nuts straights. It can make some flushes. And people don't tend to put you on too many jacks or 10s when you raise from under the gun. So it's a good hand to have in the old range. Not going to see bet 4 ways. Could, but I'm not. Not calling a 3-bet with 9-7 suited. If you do that, stop doing it. Unless, like, if you're 150 big blinds deep or more, by all means, go for it. I'm not even going to play these 3s on table 4. I think it's a small leak to be calling there. Unless you have a really solid read on your opponent's post-flop tendencies, then you can justify it. You can always justify making a speculative call if your opponent sucks, or if you have a good read on him. Ace queen, I'll call the raise. Jack 9 suited, I want a 3-bet, but the guy only has 50 bigs, so whatever. Ace 8, ace 5 suited, though, I am going to 3-bet. And on this board, table 4, not folding. Come on, get it through. There we go. What a brutal turn. And he's still betting. I guess I'll just fold because I could be drawing dead. He probably has at least 1 diamond in his hand. Or ace king or something. 3's under the gun, I'm going to fold too. If there are weak players in the blinds, you can open it. But don't feel like you have to open every pair from every position. The decisions whether or not to open those hands depends on like who's behind you and what's likely to happen if you open the hand. If you're going to get flatted a lot or you're going to get 3-bet a lot, then there's no point in opening it. Flatted by people who are going to fuck with you post-flop. If you're just getting flatted by people who are playing fit or fold, then it's perfectly fine. I think 10-10-8 I'm going to get fucked with on, so I'm just going to check fold. Now I got top P's though, so I'm going to bet for value a couple times. C-bet table 2, board's pretty dry. Yeah, so I'll jack it up with these 5s. I just keep bleeding chips on table 1. Keep bleeding, keep bleeding chips. Sweet. I feel lucky. And now we're getting 4-bet. The call. Price is absurd, and I have position. So I don't just want to fold to that, but he could have aces with that size, and I could just be drawing dead, which would suck. Given that there's no dynamic with this guy on table 4, I'm just going to flat the ace king. I don't want to 3-bet and get it in. If I had a dynamic with the guy where I know he's going to like 4-bet me a bunch or like stack off with ace queen there, then obviously I want to play the ace king fast, but with no history, no reads, no anything, there's just no point in playing that hand fast. Alright, one more set of blinds, and then we're going to pack it in. Not defending jack 9 suited to an under the gun raise. Not c-betting 5s on queen 9 deuce, although it is a pretty dry flop, but SGK 31 is the kind of guy who likes to make moves, and queen high boards, not the best. Straight draw possible. No bueno. Okay. That's it. Looks like one, I don't know, somewhere between 50 and $100. But whatever. Good session. Had some fun. Talked about some stuff. Hope you guys found that beneficial. My main thing is just you don't need to open as wide as you might already be opening. Just because a hand looks good doesn't mean you need to play it. There are some hands that are great for like 3-betting and for calling raises that just aren't that great for opening. But we'll cover more of that in other lessons. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, please leave me your comments on the video's page. And if you haven't yet, like us on Facebook so you can get in on our free coaching, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Friday. This has been Evan for Grips.com. Now it's your turn. Go out there and get stacking.